Hello, my name is Lisbeth T. Olsen, and this is my digital lesson design OA1. In this assignment, I have decided to work with the poem The Eagle by Alfred Tennyson. He is a well-known poet from the Victorian time, and he lived from 1809 until 1892. I will work with this poem in 8th grade, where there are 10 pupils. The poem goes like this. He claps the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands, ringed with the azure world he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls, he watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt he falls. I have chosen this poem because it is short, and the pupils will hopefully find it affordable to work with. The end rhymes will also be helpful when it comes to the reading and learning of the poem. I have picked out 3 competence aims from LK06 after year 10. Language learning. The pupils shall be able to use different situations, working methods, and learning strategies to develop one's English language skills. Oral communication. The pupil shall be able to use the central patterns for pronunciation, intonation, word inflection, and different types of sentences in communication. Written communication. The pupils shall be able to write different types of text with structure and coherence. I have made 3 specific learning goals. 1. The pupils shall be able to read a poem with pronunciation and intonation. 2. The pupils shall be able to talk about the content and the structure in a poem. 3. The pupils shall be able to write their own poem. How will I work with this poem? On the basis of the competence aims, I have chosen to focus on language learning by 1. Reading and writing the poem. 2. Drawing from the poem. This I will use the time in the first lesson to go through. 3. Discussion of content and theme. 4. Rhythm, rhymes and beats. This I will use the second lesson with. 5. The pupils write their own poem. I think I have to use 2 lessons for this work. 1. Reading and writing the poem. I will introduce the poem by writing it on the blackboard, and the pupils have to write it down themselves. According to Hasnes, the pupils will learn words easier when they write them themselves. Here I will also provide short explanations for words that I assume they will have problem with. Then I will read the poem several times because it will help the pupils with their pronunciation learning. Now we are going to read it together in choir. According to Hasnes, this will help the pupils who are not feeling comfortable with reading aloud because they might be afraid of reading wrong. Then the pupils are going 2 and 2 together and read the poem to each other. 1 line each, and then switch so they make sure that both of them have been reading the whole poem. Drawing. The pupils will draw something from the poem. According to Hasnes, it is good for the pupils to be able to use their creativity when they are working with language learning. The drawings can be used to decorate the classroom together with the poem. Content and theme. Now we are coming to the part where we are going to discuss the content and the theme of the poem. The class split into 2 groups where they discuss the content and the theme of the poem. Afterwards, I will write the suggestions on the blackboard. We have a discussion in whole class, and I will point out that there will be not one answer. It is important for the language learning that everybody has opportunity to come up with suggestions. I agree with Hasnes when she says that it is important that the students can come up with their own answers. Rhythm, rhymes and beat. To focus on rhymes and clap or beat the rhythm with 4 beats to each line when we read a poem will help the pupils with pronunciation and intonation. And according to Willan, it will also be helpful to understand the thoughts and ideas, the atmosphere these elements create. It will also be helpful when they are going to write down their own poems later on. He claps the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands, ringed with the azure world he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls, he watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt he falls. We will also look at the rhyme words, the end rhyme words. We have hands, lands and stands in the first stanza, and crawls, walls and falls in the second stanza. Now it's time for the pupils to write their own poem. We will have a brainstorming together where we find rhyme words. This will help the pupils when they are going to work on the vocabulary. Then the pupils are going to pick or find 3 words that rhyme and write a poem of their own. I would recommend them to write about an animal or other bird than the eagle. This will maybe make the writing easier. When they have finished writing the poem, they will switch it with a classmate and then they are going to give feedback on form, rhyme and atmosphere. We are going to use 2 stars and 1 wish. According to Willan, it is important that the teacher use his or her experience in this stage, and therefore I have to supervise the pupils to make sure that they are communicating in a good way. The pupils will finish their poems at home and we will make a collage of them in the classroom. Thank you.